And we're back because I'm not letting us finish up without a deep dive into what's been an awesome couple of weeks of the Bunnings NPC so far. Some great matches coming up again this weekend. A lot when I was sort of looking through to pick up my games of the round that it was very hard to settle on just one. But I think before we do any of that, we have to open the floor to Richard Laddie because as the number one Razorbacks fan in New Zealand, the Razorbacks got the job done over the team at mine and Paul's certainly adopted side, the Hawke's Bay Magpies last night. Also knocked off Tasman over the weekend. So it's all coming up Razorbacks at the moment. Rissy, how are you feeling?
All coming up Razorbacks. No, I said it last week. I had them as my upset of the week, and then they came through. And then last night, I was myself even shocked to see the odds so close when they opened in that Hawke's Bay game, and then for them to even shorten. But you saw why. Hawke's Bay went up early, but the Razorbacks are on. One to look out for in the outright market, I reckon. They could be pulling up a few more upsets. Maybe not Canterbury. I think it looks like Canterbury are the clear best team in the comp, and the outright winner odds are suggesting that down to $2.50. Absolutely dismantling your Lions on
it's a very aggressive sort of
on Saturday afternoon, Paul. So I'm looking forward to getting that the kebab from that. But yeah, what a comp we've had so far. It's proven that anyone can beat anyone, and brilliant. Great to see the Taniwha put on some good performances. The Stags are, they're showing they're not there to mess around. So, give me some more of the NPC.
Yeah, no, it is always great seeing these counties have had a couple of great performances so far. Always good to see the Bay of Plenty, obviously shout out, absolutely dismantling Taranaki. Paul, I see you furiously jotting down some best bets there. Do you have anything?
I hate the NPC. Worst weekend ever.
Very hard to find a way.
Keanu Kirisaim's got to try for us at least.
There were a few hookers that dropped down. Yep. And that continued last night with both Otago and Hawke's Bay hookers dotting down. So I'll stick with hookers.
All right.
Loves the hooker.
Thank you for your input there, Paul. Rissa, you sort of covered my big takeaway so far was that just Canterbury look. I mean, it's only 2 games in. One of them was against Manawatu, who just didn't have the cattle to really meet them up front. But that performance against, a pretty strong Wellington side on paper at least was very impressive on Saturday night. Cullen Grace, good at rugby. They look well drilled. They know what they're doing. Those young backs are starting to gel. So 250 in the outright market, the bookies are certainly suggesting they are the team to beat.
You talked earlier, and I think it was on the preview podcast about how struggling to score points, but I think they've proven this season that it's not going to be too much of an issue. Just
have Cullen Grace run over some blokes a couple of times. That's good for 2 tries a week, it seems like. Do you see who do you see as the biggest threats to the Canterbury at the moment, Paul?
Auckland look very, very good. They've juggled their squad around. Obviously, they had a tough schedule last week, came through okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Auckland certainly up there. I think Tasman will start warming up as we get closer to the business end of the season. And don't write Wellington off.
Yeah, I might.
Don't write them off. They'll be there.
For me, it's Waikato. I've said, I don't know what happens with Damien McKenzie. He's eligible for the All Blacks now, so does he. But they've still got so much talent in that back line. The forward pack looks very well drilled. They didn't have it all their own way against Northland, but that's another note of mine that home field advantage matters in the NPC. You see places like going up to Whangarei, going down to Invercargill, just after Auckland. This is a competition where still these aren't easy places to go and get wins in some cases, and maybe we need to be a bit aware of these big road favourites as they go to tricky places like Rugby Park or.
There's some interesting road underdogs this week as well. But no, I'm with you, Patrick. Waikato were my big. And they're quite far down the outright. So still Auckland, Wellington. Wellington's still third favourite, 650. Tasman fourth, equal with the Waikato at 750. So
Otago $15.
Oh yeah, have a little nibble, as we'd say, playing some good footy. They're 2-1 from their 3 games. Obviously the quick turnaround this weekend, so we'll see how they go. And they're going down to Rugby Park, down to Invercargill. So the Battle of the South. That'll be one of my games to watch, I think. But
hopefully they don't burn the cheese roll.
Yeah, how good was that? One of the more bizarre scenes you'll see on a rugby field anywhere. Just the entire crowd pouring down onto the park.
Fire alarm, burning the cheese rolls.
Good little tactical thing to keep in your pocket as a home fan. If it looks like an away side's getting a bit of momentum or something, just chuck a candle up to the smoke alarm.
We are not endorsing that in any way.
Put the oven up to 250 and
all all comments are my own, not the TAB's. I have to stress as the host of this podcast. But yeah, it was a wild little scene down there on Sunday, and what was a very good performance by the Stags. I mean, obviously that late try made the scoreline look closer than it was, but they were very competitive against Auckland. So
I was on them to cover, and they did that.
Yeah, sure. So was Paul, the one successful leg of the pick and go multi last week. So shout out to Paul. Yeah, but no, do we? I guess on the other side of things, though, Taranaki, not great. Tasman now going down to Otago after maybe a tough performance against Southland in week 1. These sort of teams that we had as legitimate title contenders, obviously very good last year. As just early season jitters, Taranaki obviously dealing with a Wallabies-like injury list at the moment. Backing them, you already said you're backing Tasman to get right. You think we'll still see them sort of hit their stride at some stage?
Oh, certainly when they get back to full strength, they'll be a force to be reckoned with. It's just a matter of how much longer it takes for them to get some of their big boys back. So,
couple of them back this week.
Yeah, it hasn't changed the odds, has it? Taranaki $6 at home against Canterbury.
Is that too big?
That plus the point seems. I think it's a little bit of a knee-jerk reaction. We'll get a red and black view from a friend to the left here very soon.
Yeah, I mean, I was very high on Taranaki. I had them making the final start of the season. It hasn't gone their way, but I was surprised to see here $6. You told me, 3 weeks ago that you'd better get Taranaki $6 at home against anyone. I know it's Canterbury and they're clearly the sort of best team in the comp after the first few rounds, but probably having a little say on the little go on the plus there. Maybe a bit of bonus back 1-12 for Canterbury.
Stephen Perifeta big in as well.
Huge
and obviously, several All Blacks are going to be back in provincial colours this week, which we do love to see. If only Aaron Smith was one of those donning the green and white stripes.
Cullen Grace versus Peter Gasso.
Yeah.
That'd be a great matchup.
Yeah, but
potentially.
Sort of, I think maybe the biggest game where this is going to be a factor is the game kicking off the round at 7:05 p.m. up in Pukekohe, where Nepo Laulala, Dalton Papali, and Hoskins Satuda all named to start in the forward pack 4 counties, and
that changes the forward pack.
The bookies have taken notice now. I don't think anyone would have expected before the season to see Waikato as just 3.5 point favourites on the road. I've just said
they were 7.5 point favourites before that news that the All Blacks were going to be released, and they were $3 and counties were $3.10. Opened up at $3.10. Now $2.35. Yeah. So if you got on at $3.10, well done.
Did you get on at $3.10, Paul?
If anyone out there got on at $3.10, well done.
Do you, obviously, counties gave the Magpies a scare last week down in Napier. Do you see them causing Waikato any trouble here?
Yes, I do. I think that's a fantastic sort of pickup that they've got with the likes of Papali'i, Satutu, and Laulala slot into the forward pack. And you have a look at their back line. Nana Saturo's been playing sensationally over these first couple of weeks. Roy Guard's solid. He'll be a lot better behind that sort of forward pack as well. I give them a
Riley Hoheta really impressed me on Friday night as well, and I think we know what they're going to spend all week working on at training, and that's going to be discipline. Like the amount of times that was mentioned on the broadcast on Friday night, that was really what got that Shield Challenge out of hand for them. So if they can cut back on a few of the penalties, like Hoskins Tutu is going to provide plenty of X factor off the back of that scrum. Dalton Papali will be everywhere, and these are guys as well who will want big performances to remind those All Black selectors, like, you are allowed to rotate. Like, you can pick other players.
You can play.
Yeah. Yes. No, I think, I'm just really excited. I don't really have a strong betting lean. I just think it's going to be an awesome game.
Yeah.
Like Waikato.
Counties have actually won 3 of the last 6 as well. So it's, I was quite surprised to see that. So they've obviously had a bit of not luck, bit of success against Waikato recently. So
plus 7.5 was a steal.
I don't know what the total points line will be.
Not really a lot of the viewers can do with that now, Paul. So, but nice of you to let them know.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Yeah, it's certainly you're feeling pretty good if you're on the plus 7.5. I think that should be an awesome clash of the 2 packs. We've touched on the first 2 games of the round. What else? Any other games jumping off the page to you two? Ones you want to touch on in a bit of detail?
Yep, Southland and Otago.
I thought you might be going there.
Love the look of Southland here. They showed last week against Auckland that they've actually got a team with a wee bit of experience sprinkled about, and they're always very, very tough down there at the bottom of the South Island. And if there's one game they get up for every season, it's the game against their neighbours, Otago. So
actually, they won the last meeting there.
And they
against Otago
almost got a draw in Dunedin last year.
Yeah, that's right.
I think this will be another close game. I do like Southland at the plus here. Otago off 2 really tough games, Tasman, Hawke's Bay back to back in the space
And
of
the short week, yeah.
So like the Storm week as well, which remains a disgrace. The tough turnaround, going not an easy, even if it's just a short trip down the road, like going from under the roof in the lunchbox to Rugby Park on a cold Sunday afternoon, which I'm sure it will be. Yeah, and you've already touched on it there, but Southland have got like a little bit of legitimate quality in that backline. Isaac Tamaki was awesome against Auckland. Marty Banks running the cutter.
Yeah.
Great to see Solomon Alamalo back on the park doing some good stuff as well. So I think they can give Otago a real good skill. Although, like, I have to give Otago the credit because I trashed them in our preseason preview.
They played well.
They've got some great young talent there. Cam Miller at first five looks like a real find. I think
keep going.
We'll see him in a black jersey at some stage. Yeah, there's a couple of really good young forwards, Fabian Holland, Sean Withy on the flank as well. So this is another one.
Carl Tiley right there.
No, we did not.
Okay.
Yeah, look, I'm just playing it as I see it, Paul.
Okay.
How are you feeling about your Lions as Northland come to Jerry Collins Stadium on Saturday afternoon? Big favourites. Can the Taniwha look good though? Wellington back to winning ways, 13.5 points.
Just back whoever starts at hooker to score a try.
Well, the team is out.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is it Omua or
It
is
is
it
Asafo Omua.
jump on?
Coles off the bench.
Dane Coles, TJ Perinara, both coming off the bench. I had TJ down as my try scorer bet because I thought playing not just at home, but up in Pororua and North's home ground, I thought he'd be ready for a huge performance after, I think the senior players were a bit disappointed with how they played down in Christchurch. So I was ready for that. But TJ's off the bench. So it's Richard Judd gets the start on the 9 jersey next to Jackson Garden Bishop. Ruben Love's another name who'll be coming off the bench. Plenty of impact off that Wellington bench.
He's playing fullback.
Connor Garden Bishop in the 15 jersey.
Don't mind that.
Outside another
Nehi Milner Scudder.
Eastbourne legend Nehi Milner Scudder in the 11 jersey. So good, plenty of talent out wide. Julian Severe, 50th match for the Lions.
No, very confident about the chances of Wellington.
I'm very confident.
Very confident.
Chances to cover in that game.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Patrick. I'm also looking forward to the Auckland Bay of Plenty match. I think Bay of Plenty have proven they've could have something special going there. Auckland are 3-0 so far, but I reckon we might see it closer than the line suggests at least. Auckland have won 6 straight, but
RTS probably.
Yeah, RTS. Yeah, he'll be out there.
Fun. Bay of Plenty's pack is legit.
Yeah,
I think,
and they get Adam Ross back this week as well.
No, that'll be a good game as well. I think sort of touched on.
Eklund to score a try.
Wouldn't talk you out of that. Yeah, no, that could be another same game multi with both hookers. Auckland's rolling ball's been very effective to open the season.
Have we got try scorers up for Wellington? No,
not for Wellington yet. I don't think Northland.
Oh, we wait for Northland.
Jack Goodhue is available for the selection as well as Ofatunga Fasi, who was a late withdrawal last week. Jack Goodhue, great to see him back on the park. He had some great moments. So he's another name I'd like to see really hit the ground running and hopefully can force his way back into that All Blacks midfield conversation.
Absolutely.
Unless there's any other games you guys want to touch on, we might as well get to our best bets because I'm sure Paul's absolutely jonesing for some lunch. Given I've kept him in the studio for a full hour already.
Can we keep moving?
Someone's hungry. All right, Paul, I'll let you get going. What's the best bet you've scribbled down there for round 3 of the Bunnings NPC?
Southland plus $7.5, $1.82.
Richard Laddie?
Well, betting against Wellington worked well for me last week. So I'll go Northland plus 13.5, $1.87.
I don't have an exact name for mine yet, but I'm presuming it's going to be Keanu Kuru Symes in the 2 jersey for Hawke's Bay. He was left out of the game against Wellington, against Otago, but if it's him, if it's not, whoever wears the 2 jersey for Hawke's Bay, back them to dot down because Manawatu's rolling ball defense has not been great.
It was Thompson last night, wasn't it?
Yeah. And Keanu Kuru Symes scored a try against Counties as well.
And Beanie did.
Yeah, so 2 out of 3. Look to make it 3 out of 4 for Hawke's Bay starting hooker. Best bet for me. Bit of value for the punters, Paul?
I think Bay of Plenty at $2.80. I think they've got a forward pack that can match it with Auckland, and they've played very, very well so far this season. Early Sunday afternoon, nice. 280 they are.
That's a bit of value there. How about you, Richard?
I'm going to halftime, full time. Counties halftime, Waikato full time, $6.50. Counties playing good, come out strong, but Waikato will be too good in the end, I reckon.
But Damien McKenzie magic later on to seal it. I've got 2 halftime, full-time doubles noted down. Mine, I did look at the Counties Waikato one, but I think Harbour halftime, Tasman full-time at $6.50 is one. Harbour have flown out of the blocks. They have looked good against Auckland early on, but couldn't hold on. Looked good against Manawatu early on, did hold on. I think Tasman, obviously, they've got Sevu Reece and Lester Fainganuku back, and then I don't even know where they're going to fit all their outside backs. They've got so much talent there. Levi Moore, Alex Nankerville were 2 standouts against that in that loss to Otago. So I think Harbour can get out to a good start, but Tasman will just have too much quality out wide and come over the top. $6.50 for that. And I also think Northland halftime, Wellington full time at $6 is a bet.
Yeah,
Wellington,
I also made note of that one as well.
Yeah, it's not going to be a nice day in Wellington on Saturday afternoon by the looks of things.
It's okay because they're playing in Porora.
The Greater Wellington region.
Okay.
Yeah. Jerry Collins Stadium, not the most sheltered place. So yeah, I think Northland can certainly put a scare up the lines for sure. Who's done down this week, Paul?
Asafo Omua.
Yeah, I like Amoa, but I'm gonna go off brand for the pick and go and actually pick a winger to score a try. Mark Trillier for North Harbour, playing some good footy. Had a great season with the Blues as well. He's got one try in each game so far, and I don't know if you saw his try last weekend. Brilliant counter attack from inside the 22 and sort of weaved his way through. So yeah, Trillier score for me.
I'll join you, and not my official pick, but at least if Fainganuku presumably he starts. But just very well backing him to score tries for Tasman last year, so have a bit of him. But my official pick is Peter Lakai, the number 8 for Wellington. I did have TJ penciled in, but go one spot inside. I think Wellington will look to keep it pretty tight. Peter's been awesome carrying the ball. This is the week he gets across the line, so back Peter Lakai to score a try when the odds come out. Chuck him in with Safa Moore for same game multi. All right, so who are you putting an upset alert? Is it
Stags? Yeah, Stags for mine. 290 at home.
Who's your upset alert, Richard?
Bay Penny. So following Paul's lead with his upset, with his value bet. Yeah, love Bay Penny. $2.80.
I'm going with Paul. Stags. Got to have a bet on this. They'll take a target out to the wire, and they're a very good chance of winning this one. So count me in for Stags. And of course, just a couple of promos running on the NPC. As always, we've got the Rugby Union bonus back, where if you place the winning team in margin bet and you get the right team at the wrong margin, bonus bet back up to $50 and your overall multi-busters. So what's your favourite bonus back bet on the card? Richard, I'll start with you this time.
Mentioned it before, Canterbury 1 to 12, $3.20. They'll win. I'm pretty confident that Taranaki with Peter Feta back, hopefully Peter Gus will be able to sort of, he hasn't been too outstanding the last few weeks, but we know what he's capable of. So a bit of value there. And then you've obviously got the insurance with the 13 plus.
That's one. How about you, Paul?
Tasman 1 to 12, 280 to get their season back on track against Harbour.
I'm going to take Auckland 1 to 12, 270. I think they should have enough to get the job done at home, but Steam is a good side and won't let them run away with it. I'll get us going with our multi-anchors for the overall multi-buster. Taking the Stags plus 12.5 at home, $1.47. I don't see them getting blown out at home against the Otago team. Will probably just be pretty heavy to get in and out with the win if they can after the storm week. Paul?
Good. Eklund to score a try.
And Richard?
Multi-anchor. Love it. Hawke's Bay minus 12.5 against your beloved Manawatu. $1.45.
Nice one, yeah. Hawke's Bay should bounce back on Sunday at the Boneyard.
Manawatu's point stiff after 3 games is minus 140.
It's
so
a very tough start to the season.
Yeah,
Stormwind, Auckland, Canterbury. It's all up from here. We'll leave it on a note of optimism for the Turbos because it can only get better. So we will be back in 7 days' time. There's round 3 of the Rugby Championships preview. I think we've already
be some teams named by then?
Yeah, we'll probably be recording on a Thursday, Arvo, so we at least know who's running up for the All Blacks. I'm presuming the Springboks have already named their team for next week by now. So, yeah, we'll be back. I think you might be on the road, Richard. So,
I'm heading down to the mainland, so I'll be in Christchurch. Might be man on the ground, head down to Orange Theatre Stadium, see if I can get to see some captains run.
Have you been practicing your Spanish for? Thanks for joining us. If you're still going on the podcast, it's been going for over an hour now, so well done for that. And thanks to all our YouTube viewers if you've made it back after last week. So we will definitely have some more content for you in the next 7 days. Enjoy all the footy this weekend, and we'll talk to you then. Cheers, punters.